Google search is totally changing, and if you're not keeping up with your current SEO strategy, then you're going to be falling behind. With all the new AI tools that are rolling out and page one of Google completely changing, local service-based business and clinics in particular need to be adapting their strategy in order to make sure that they're continuing to get new leads in the door from Google. I'm pretty bullish on Google. I think that it's going to continue being one of the number one places where people find local services. I do think that ChatGPT and these other large language models are getting a lot more traffic, but from this traffic is coming for more like informational type purposes. So for example, if somebody has a bum shoulder and they're looking for exercises or routines or why that's happening, they're going to ChatGPT for more of that knowledge-based stuff. But what's happening is people are still going to Google to figure out where they can go locally in order to find where the best place is. This is why Google is going to be still so important for your clinic to make sure that you're ranking on page one at the top of page one. And I do think that this is going to be the way of the future. Of all of your informational knowledge is going to come from an AI tool, and then all of your local service-based businesses are going to still come from Google, and that's where you're going to find things locally. So this is why this is so important. I do think that this is why Google has changed the way their page one looks, and what you have to do now is you have to make sure that your SEO strategy has completely changed, and you got to be doing different things. In the past, where you could just stuff keywords on your website, that just doesn't work anymore. That is going to get you onto page one with your blue link, but now you need to be doing things like prioritizing your SEO on Google Maps. You need to make sure that your Google business profile is updated and that you're building local service pages. So today in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into the exact things that you need to do, what our local SEO audit looks like, and give you an idea on the things that you can be working on today to ensuring that you're on page one of Google, because I think this is a really huge opportunity for clinics to take advantage of the new AI and the new SEO that's happening, because some of these bigger clinics are going to be really slow to adopt this. So if you can be agile and you can make these changes today and rank on page one today, and we're seeing very fast results with this, the ATIs of the world, some of the bigger clinics, they're going to be slower to adopt this, and it's going to take them 6 to 12 months. So you can already be ahead of the game and really set yourself up in a really good spot. So let's dive into it. The first thing I wanted to show you is just how much Google has changed and how their page one has changed. As you can see, I typed in Boston physical therapy here, and instead previously what this used to look like was paid ads at the top, and then a bunch of blue search links. Maybe there's Google Maps at the bottom, some photos, but now you can see that all of what you get above the fold on Google is going to be a big Google map, and then all of the Google business profiles are going to show up on that Google map. And there is certain things on the SEO side of thing that you can do to make sure that you're showing up at the top of this Google Maps listings here. Okay, so just because this is part of this is about proximity for sure, but really what it's all about is Google business profile optimization and making sure that Google has a ton of trust with you. And we'll get into how exactly you can do that. But this is why, things have changed on the SEO front and making sure that you're showing up at the top of page one. It's really all about your Google business profile and your Google Maps ranking. The other side of what ends up happening is there are now other sections in search that are showing up that shows us that we need to start to prioritize other things. So as you scroll down, you can see we have this section here that of like people also ask. So this is again AI generated. You need to make sure that your content that you're putting together, the blogs that you're writing, the local service pages are also asking some of the frequently asked questions that the AI might be asking and people might be asking, because this is another place where you can show up, and this is going to be more this isn't going to be like super high intent, but it's going to educate and nurture your leads a little bit more. So you want to make sure you're showing up there. And then you can see, before we even get down to the blue links, is there are going to be YouTube videos. YouTube should be part of your SEO strategy. You need to have a YouTube account. You need to be posting on YouTube, because these videos are showing up at the top of page 1 on Google now. If you didn't know, Google owns YouTube. So the better your SEO is on YouTube, the better Google is going to feel about your domain, the more trust they're going to have of sending people your way. And these are going to continue showing up higher and higher in the search results. So making sure that you're having the videos there is going to become really important. Then as you continue to scroll down, this is where you get to your blue links. You can just see there's just a lot less here. So the competition is much, much higher. So you need to be making sure that you're prioritizing not only the blue links and your traditional SEO, but you need to make sure that you're prioritizing Google Maps, your Google Business Profile listing, posting on YouTube, and doing everything you can to please these new AI models. Now, the most important thing that we want to look at now, obviously we know from looking at what the search results look like, is going to be, where do we rank on Google Maps, and in what position are we ranking on Google Maps, and what do we need to do in order to improve? This will help direct our SEO strategy as well. You can see here, I did a Google Maps audit. This is going to be this particular clinic is in a city. So smaller radius here, we have a 3-mile radius, and all of these pins, this will go 3 miles north, this will go 3 miles east, 3 miles west, 3 miles south, etc., etc. And really what we're looking for here, I like a 3-mile radius, like in a city, 5 miles, just outside of a city or in a smaller city, and then 10-mile radius for anything that's going to be in the suburbs. We know that most of the local search Google users will look to go to a local service business within a 5 to 10 mile radius. In most cases, that's what they're looking for. So that's where we need to make sure that we're showing up. So what we can see here, and if you guys want this Google Maps audit, definitely head on over to the link in the description. You can sign up for a free one of these, and then we can hop on a call and we can go over all this stuff and really just give you an idea on how we can help you fix all of these things and do it really quickly, or what you can do in order to do it yourself. So again, what we're looking for here, so we know this is a 3-mile radius, so this is going to be about 1.5 miles. What we're looking for is we want to be in the top 3 within these pins in as many of these as possible. And you can see for this clinic, right where their location is, they're number 2 here, which is good. But if somebody is within a 1 mile radius of where your clinic is, you want to be number 1 for sure. You need to own that area there, because if somebody's across the street, but you're showing up down the page, even if it's number 2, that's still not good. But then what you can see here is as soon as you get, 1 mile or so out and you get closer to this 3-mile radius here, they're falling off of Google Maps entirely. So number 14, number 10. So these are all things that they need to prioritize. And the way that they do this, one is going to be from improving Google's trust with you, which I'm going to go over with you in a second. There's a whole other audit that we can do for that. That trust is going to come from Google reviews, how much your Google Business Profile is optimized, and the number of local directory listings that you're in. And I'll show you a whole audit for all of that stuff. The other part of it is going to be make sure that you're building out local service landing pages. You have that site mapped correctly. The meta description is correct. You have schema markup, all of the things that go with really good SEO. But you're going to just want to make sure that you have that mapped out for these specific locations. So again, if they don't have one for this direct location of exactly where they're at, they're going to want to build a landing page for that. And then what you can do, and what we do with our patch members, is we help them figure out okay, is there another area within this grid here that's maybe another neighborhood, another town, another area within this that we can build out another page that can link to their main page, and we can build a little bit more authority. So if we want to go after a town out this way here, this is Chestnut Hill here. So if we wanted to go after that, that might not be exactly where the location is, but we know we want to rank there because maybe that's where our ideal demographic lives. Maybe it's a little bit more affluent area. What we can do is we can build out, SEO on the website in order to start showing up throughout here. And that's how we improve those rankings. So this map is a really good tell, and why I, tell everybody to get the free local SEO audit done, because we can see exactly what we need to attack, and it's going to guide our SEO offering. So we talked about building local service pages. The second part is going to be seeing how much trust Google has with us. So there's really two parts of the trust where there's two things where Google is showing, what type of trust they have with us. One of them is going to be in the number of Google reviews. So we're seeing across the board for any clinics in the US, 100 Google reviews is the baseline of what you need in order to have that threshold of trust with Google. So we can see with this clinic, they only have 13 reviews. They do have a 5 out of 5 star, which is great, but 13, that number is just way too small, especially if you're going after and you're competing with an ATI or a Select Physical Therapy or Joint Chiropractic or something along those lines that's big and they have all these systems in place to get reviews. They're probably looking at 200 or 300 total reviews. You need to be doing everything you can in order to compete with those. So that means having a CRM set up that automates the Google review process, running email marketing campaigns every quarter or so, or once a year for your quarterly marketing campaign that will drive Google reviews for you. This needs to be part of your process. Again, we help all of our patch clients do this. So if you're interested, definitely book a call with us. We can help you. We can show you how we automate this whole process. And again, you're really trying to get to that 100 number. And then the idea is that you're getting anywhere from 5 to 6 every single month, sorry. Because Google, what it does is it likes to see the total number for sure, but it likes to see recency with a Google review, and it likes to see them going on an ongoing basis as well. So you're going to want to make sure that happens. The second part of trust is the number of listings that you're in, so the local directories that you're in. So you can see within the audit here, there's 40 total local directory listings that this clinic can be in. 35 of them, they're either missing or those listings need to be fixed. And if we scroll down, we can start to see, okay, they're not present in Bing, they're not present in Yelp. The Google business profile looks good, but they're, Chamber of Commerce, they've got an inconsistent business name, City Search they're not in, Easy Local. So all of these different directories that are showing up, you need to make sure that you're posted in all of them, because what Google does, you're not gonna get nobody's going to City Search to look for a physical therapist, right? We know that. But what Google does is when somebody searches for physical therapy and it goes through this algorithm and AI is crawling all of the different websites that are out there, it looks at all of these business directories and it sees, for your clinic, are you listed in all of these? And if you are, it's going to think that you're a legit clinic and you're a legit business and you're still in business, and it's going to have a lot more trust that you can deliver on what that person is searching for. So they're going to put you higher in the Google Maps ranking and on page 1 of Google with the blue links as well. So you're going to want to make sure that you're posted in all of these. Again, this is part of Patch's SEO process. We do this for all of our Patch members. You can do it on your own as well. There's obviously an overwhelming amount of these directories here, so this would take you a while. So I always suggest that people just let us do it. But this is a non-negotiable as well. And if you have no idea, how many of these that you're listed in, definitely let us know. We can give you an idea. The bottom line with all this is that AI is changing search, but you still need to be prioritizing Google, and you still need to make sure that you're doing all the things that you can do in order to show up on page 1 of Google. Stuff like this happens all the time where Google updates their documentation, they update their the way that they prioritize people into page 1 of Google, and this is just another example of that. And you need to make sure that you're working with a marketing company that is up on these changes and they're doing everything to get your clinic onto page 1, and now making sure that your Google business profile and your Google Maps listing is ranking at the top here. Again, I think this is a really big opportunity for clinics to get onto page 1, capture a lot of the local search traffic that's happening, and make moves before some of these bigger clinics make moves, because we all know how slow some of those clinics work. So again, if you want that free SEO audit, if you want to see where you're ranking on Google Maps, head on over to the link in the description, grab that free local SEO audit, and we'll talk to you soon.